Hello and welcome to Top Gear's Speed Week 2024, our party of performance, essentially our hunt for the greatest new performance car launched in the last 12 months. And this year we're at the stunning Navarra racetrack in northern Spain. We got 3 days on track, we got 2 days on road, we got 12 contenders, and in the end, there can only be one winner. So let's find out what those contenders are.
Fire it up, Tomo. Oh, stalled it.
Whoops, missed the pits.
All right, Dad, it doesn't matter if I'm late.
Did I mention brand new performance cars just launched? This is actually brand new. It is one of the maddest things I've ever seen in my entire life. It's called the Audi, the Auto Union Schnell Sportswagen. Quite literally, it means fast sports car. Now, this is a car that was designed back in the 1930s, based on the Auto Union Grand Prix cars, but it was only ever sketched out, it was only plans and documents. Then Audi Tradition got their hands on those plans and decided one day, probably over a boozy lunch, to build it from scratch, to hand make every single component in this thing, and it is absolutely mind-blowing. 5 meters long, 3.3 meter wheelbase. The engine in the back is an Auto Union Type C specification. It's a supercharged 6-litre V16 running on methanol that puts out 520 horsepower. What is it about 2024? First, the Bugatti Tourbillon, and now this. It's the year of the V16. Moving on to the McLaren 750S. Now, this is one of those cars when you're looking at the spreadsheet of cars we got coming along and you kind of gloss over it because we're so familiar with the 720S. We're so familiar with the McLaren recipe, but this is the honed and improved and updated 720S, the 750S. McLaren says a third of the parts are new. Depends on how you look at it, whether that's quite a lot or not very much at all. All I know is it's now got 740 horsepower. It's going to go like an absolute rocket. It looks like a spaceship. It's an easy one to overlook, but this thing is going to monster the track here. And we move on to the Porsche 911 ST, one of two 911s that we've got along in this very fetching ruby star paint shade. Bit much for me with the black wheels, if I'm honest. What is the ST? Well, it's supposed to be the ultimate analog driver's 911. There's two ways of looking at it. It's either a GT3 Touring that's been turned up to 11 or a GT3 RS where they've removed the rear wing and stuck in a 6-speed manual gearbox. You've got a 4-litre naturally aspirated engine, 518 horsepower. So you don't have loads of power in this thing, but it's all about the detail. It's all about the driver focus. You've got a lighter flywheel, you've got a lighter clutch, the engine is revvier, you've got this short throw gear lever that's just lovely to use. You've even got a shorter final drive ratio to make it accelerate even harder. An early favourite? What do you think? Maybe not in that colour. Right, the Toyota GR Yaris. Funny one this, because the previous GR Yaris was not perfect, but it was very, very good indeed. But even so, Toyota's gone, right, we can do better with that. They've added more power. It's now got 276 horsepower from the 3-cylinder engine. They've added the circuit pack as standard. That was a £3,500 option before, but you've now got that. Diffs at both ends of the car. The driver's seat is a little bit lower. The chassis a little bit stiffer. It should be better in all areas. You still get a 6-speed manual, but you can get an 8-speed auto on this one. But the big story with this car is quite a sad one, really, because that original one cost just over 30 grand and they shifted 40,000 of them. This one's going to be made in much smaller numbers, just a few thousand, and they banged up the price to 45 grand. Still, it's the cheapest thing here by an absolute mile. Yes, somebody's been messing with my beautifully valeted Range Rover Sport SV. Oh well, I suppose they're using it in the way that the engineers intended, because this thing, well, you might remember the old Range Rover Sport SVR. That thing was a maniac, one of the shoutiest cars on the road, one of the silliest cars on the road. This is supposed to be a slightly more refined take on that formula. That's why they're calling it the SV, not the SVR. But the formula really under the skin is the same. Gone is the supercharged 5-litre V8. Instead, you've got the M5's 4.4-litre twin-turbo V8. It's got 626 horsepower, which is a lot. This can do 180 miles an hour on-road, and as you can see, off-road as well. The marketing pics for this thing had it fully lit, sideways everywhere. So we are only doing what you told us to do, Land Rover. Porsche 911 number 2. So this one is the new 992.2, the facelifted 911, but this is the GTS. This is the controversial one. This is the hybrid. They're calling it T-hybrid, and under no circumstances should you get T-hybrid decals put on the side of your car. You don't want people to know about it, because Porsche have done that very Porsche thing. It's not a heffalump plug-in hybrid. It's got a small battery, about the size of a shoebox, weighs about 20-25 kilograms, and that supports a couple of electric motors. So one in the gearbox, in the PDK gearbox, adds about 55 horsepower, and another one, a Tiddler, 14 horsepower, that spins up the single turbo now on the 3.6 litre flat 6 engine. And what that means, supposedly, is throttle response should be razor sharp. The old GTS, floor the throttle 2 seconds until you got your shove. This one, half a second, apparently. We shall find out whether it lives up to its billing. We move on to the orangest car here, the new Aston Martin Vantage. It's had a 177 inspired makeover. I think this thing looks absolutely fantastic. I mean, it was always a good looking car, but something's happened here. It's just absolutely popping, looks fantastic. The big story is inside. They've completely overhauled the interior. I'll go out on a limb and say this thing has the nicest interior of any car we've got here. And under the bonnet, some things have also occurred. 4-litre twin-turbo V8. It's now gone all the way up to 656 horsepower. In a Vantage, this thing can do over 200 miles an hour. The power increase over the previous Vantage, 30%. I don't think there's ever been a facelift or an update that's had more of a kick up the arse than this thing. It should go like an absolute train. Looking forward to driving that one. Corvette Z06. Our American cousins have sent us a gift. This is going to be sold in Europe. It's the harder honed, more driver focused version of the new mid-engine Corvette. The big story is the engine. Of course it is, it's an American car. It has the most powerful, naturally aspirated V8 of any car, production car, in the world. It is a 5.5 litre flat plane crank, naturally aspirated, revs almost to 9,000 RPM and has 670 horsepower. And this version has all the bits and bobs, all the track home bits. It's called the Z07 pack that you can add on. Stiffer suspension, bigger carbon ceramic brakes, the Cup 2R tyres. This one even has the carbon fibre wheels that saves another 20 kilograms, and the big carbon fibre wing on the back that doubles the amount of downforce. Can this do more than just make a lot of noise? Fingers crossed. Oh, I see. This is the one that was playing with the Range Rover, clearly. It's the new Ariel Nomad, the Ariel Nomad 2. Now you might look at this and go, we've seen that years ago, but this is all new. It's a root and branch redesign from Ariel of their off-road track car buggy style thing. I don't know what it is, but it's a huge amount of fun. The only carryover parts from the old model, fuel filler cap, pedal box, steering wheel. The rest is new, it's bigger. There's actually some aerodynamics going on in this car. Who'd have thought it? You got 60% stiffer chassis, you got 50% more suspension travel. And out back is the big story. So Ariels have had Honda engines for decades now. This is the first one to have a Ford engine, the 2.3 litre turbocharged EcoBoost, the most powerful version, 305 horsepower, but it only weighs 850 kilograms. So it has the power to weight ratio of a Porsche 911 Turbo and the character, the personality of a Border Collie. Moving on to the BMW M4 CS. So this is supposed to be the Goldilocks of the BMW M4, M3 family. So it's designed to sit between the M4 competition and the M4 CSL, which we didn't really like very much. It's actually the fastest accelerating M4 that you can get. It's got four-wheel drive, but it's got the CSL amounts of power. 542 brake horsepower, 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds. A few little lightweight bits have been added. Carbon fibre bonnet, it's got the carbon fibre roof. It's about 20 kilograms lighter than an M4 competition, but it still weighs 1,680 kilograms. Can it overcome its lardy belly to actually be good on track? We'll find out. Right, this is a bit of an eyeful, this one. It's called the Audi RS6 GT. It's a homage to that mad Audi 90 IMSA GTO that raced in the early 90s. And as you can see, it's got quite the eye-catching livery. It's got these enormous 22-inch white wheels. It's got coilover suspension, manually adjustable suspension, the same one you get on the RS4 competition. It has a few little goodies. The problem is, a standard RS6 performance costs 120 grand. This costs 175 grand. I'll just let that sink in. But you got the same amount of power. 4 litre twin turbo, 620 horsepower. Even the IMSA GTO back in the 90s had 710. Surely they could have given the engine a tickle. But still, it's a 190 mile an hour family car with a 500 litre boot. And last but not least, we have this absolute beast, the Aston Martin Valkyrie. Still can't really believe that they've given it to us for 5 days to play with, to explore, to get under its skin on track and on road. What is the Valkyrie? Well, it's the most extreme thing to ever wear number plates, basically. It's Aston Martin's F1 car for the road, designed by Adrian Newey before he went off and then designed the Red Bull RB17, and now he's back at Aston Martin F1. It's all very confusing. But back there you have a Cosworth 6.5 litre V12 revving to over 11,000 RPM. It's got an electric motor so you can have an extra 140 horsepower boost if you're on full throttle down the straights. It's absolutely mad. It's going to sound biblical. I'll be honest, it's slightly intimidating and exciting in equal measure. But there we go. Those are the contenders. Make sure you pick up a copy of Top Gear magazine where you can read all about them, see the insane photography, check out topgear.com, all our social channels. There's going to be tons of video on Top Gear's YouTube channel. Enjoy yourself, which is exactly what I'm going to do. Where do we put all the keys?